I started planning for this trip a month ago, carefully organizing everything I would need for the solo camping and exploring. I decided to take my trusty Honda Civic. It was not fancy, but it was reliable, and it saved a lot of money compared to renting a car. Initially, I planned for 4 days. Then, when I was exploring Gros Morne, I realized I need extra time. So I booked additional 2 days at a different campsite for the last part of my trip. I was so excited when the final day arrived. On July 29th, I started from my home, packing everything I would need into my car. It was a beautiful day to start a trip like this. In hindsight, I should have started earlier, but I did not start my journey before 9 a.m. My destination was Shallow Bay Campground, which is about 750 kilometers from St. John's, roughly an 8-hour drive. Shallow Bay is the furthest campground in Gros Morne, and one of my colleagues had highly recommended it. Despite the challenges I faced on the first night, I am really glad I chose this spot. You'll find out in the Day 2 episode why this place is so special to so many people. As always, my first stopover was Clarenville. It's my go-to spot for a quick break. There is a Tim Hortons where you can go grab a coffee plus fuel stations to refuel before continuing. And the picturesque view in front of the coffee shop is just amazing. It's a great way to recharge for the long drive ahead. My next stop was in Gander, where I bought a Red Bull to make sure I didn't fall asleep while driving. My next stop was at Cobbs Rotary Park in Gander, where I decided to take a break and enjoy lunch. It was a pretty hot day and extremely windy. I tried to record some videos, but the wind made it impossible to hear anything. So I gave up on that idea. Instead, I sat down under a tree, had my lunch, and just looked in the beauty around me. I realized how beautiful the world can be when you see it positively and don't complicate life for each other. Moments like this remind me why road trips are so special. It's not just the destination, it's the journey along the way. By the way, there will be a separate video only on Cobbs Rotary Park Gander, so don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss out on that. Finally, I took my last stoppage at Deer Lake before I reached my final destination, my campsite at Shallow Bay. I stopped at a fuel station, used the washroom, and refueled my car. I didn't spend much time there and hit the road immediately, as I would have to reach the campground before it gets darker. After hours on the road, I finally made it to Gros Morne. I checked in and paid for my car for 4 days at the campsite. It was already 8:30 in the evening, and I only had about 30 minutes of daylight left to set up my tent and settle in. If you don't know, during summer we have daylights until 9:30 in the evening. The excitement of arriving quickly turned into a real challenge as I started setting up my tent. The campground was incredibly windy, making it a struggle to get everything secure. Thankfully, I had brought some extra nails and ropes, which turned out to be a lifesaver in keeping my tent stable throughout the night. Pro tip: always take some extra nails and rope for your tent. You never know when you will need them. Setting up camp alone is not easy, especially when the wind is working against you. It took some patience and creativity, but I eventually got everything set up. With the tent finally in place, I decided to check out the campsite facilities. Most of the campgrounds here have a main building with bathrooms, showers, cleaning stations, and charging outlets. Not all campsites have electricity, so everyone comes here to charge their phones. After a quick shower, I headed back to my tent to organize my gear. Guys, now I'm inside of my tent. Let me open up my window. So this is my air mattress. You know how to pump this up? It's very simple. You just open this one, and then start pushing by your leg. And within 10 minutes, you will have your own bed. I've got my air mattress ready. Alright, what is next? This is my camping pillow. So that's my camping pillow. I'll have to blow this. Then tuck that inside of it. It's a very comfortable pillow. You can feel it. Here you go. My pillow is ready. Looks very comfortable to me. So now it's time for my sleeping bag. I bought this from Mountain Warehouse and this is for 10 degrees Celsius. But I don't think I'll need this tonight. It's really hot. Setting up bed was not challenging because I set them up previously at my backyard and I spent a night in there so that I don't face any new challenge while setting them up in the campsite. Pro tip: if you are setting up your tent for the first time, set up your tent and everything in your backyard, maybe in your drawing room, and spend a night in there so that you know what to expect in the campsite. My bed was all set for me to crash in. Although I was tired of driving all day, I went to the nearby beach just to see how it felt at night. I could not see much because it was pitch dark, but I could hear the waves crashing on the sandy beach. It was so peaceful. I even spotted a young kid wandering near the water with a light in his hand. Later, back at my tent, I opened the cover, just stared at the sky. Imagine lying on your campsite bed looking at thousands of stars and seeing a couple of shooting stars at the same time. What more could you ask for to be happy in life? Moments like this make all the struggles worth it. The first day has been an eventful one, from windy struggles to peaceful moments in the nature. Tomorrow, I'll be heading out to explore some of Gros Morne's iconic trails. I'm already feeling a sense of adventure. and I hope you're ready to join me for what is next. Thank you for joining me on the first day of this incredible journey. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell icon so that you don't miss the next episode. Let me know in the comment section below if you have ever been to Gros Morne or if you have any camping tips for a solo adventurers. See you in day 2 episode. Until then, take care. Bye bye.